This is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. I am here today to bring you my quarterly review. So I'm going to talk you through what I have completed and my works in progress, my WIPs, at the end of the sort of second quarter of the year, April, May and June. It's my version of the month in review video that a lot of creators put out because I really enjoy those videos, but I don't get through enough paintings to do this every month. So I think that I have had a fairly productive few months for me. I've only got 2 finishes, but I have got another one that I've almost finished, and then I've done a bit of work on some other WIPs because I've got, how many have I got on the go? I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 4 WIPs actually to show you in a little bit for various reasons. So I will explain why I have so many when I talk you through them. But yes, this was my first completion for this quarter. I worked on this kit in April. It is Floyd the Fabulous Fish Whisperer. And if you don't recognize the artwork, this is by Richard Lorenz, who is an extremely popular artist that Diamond Art Club licenses. And he is specifically probably my favorite artist that they offer, I would say, given how many of his kits I've bought. This one was special to me because it was also my first ever sneak peek from Diamond Art Club. So yeah, I love this kit. It's a little different to a lot of his kits because of the colour pattern, the colourways. Because of the colours, because there's a lot of blue in it, and quite often Richard Lorenz kits have this beautiful crazy bird in the middle and then quite neutral colours around the outside. So I really enjoyed that as a lover of the colour blue. And it was just super fun. You get these big blocky areas around the outside that work up really quickly, and then you get the fun crazy details of the bird and the fish with their giant eyes on top of their heads. I love the way that he comes out with these really unique characters every time. Like, every kit is different, although they have a similar style, obviously, because it's the same artist. Every kit is so unique, and I love that about these. And I often always say as well, just what I was saying about the colour blocking and then the detail, for me it's a really good blend. It's enjoyable to diamond paint because there's confetti, but there's also a lot of blocking to offset it. So if you want to see any more about this particular kit, I did put up a post review, so you can go check that on my channel. But yeah, I love him. I really enjoyed Floyd. He was a limited edition, so he's no longer available, unfortunately, unless you're lucky enough to find him on a D-Stash site. But yeah, he truly is fabulous. It was also just a really fun one to do. I remember, like, the drills fit together really perfectly. There wasn't too much trash. I whizzed through him and loved every second of it. Okay, I'll put him to the side, but just before I do that, I'll just give you a warning that the next kit I'm going to show you is a mystery kit. It is Mystery 38. And that was the Abstract Animal Mystery Kit by Katrina Coltes that was brought out in, I think, early 2023. Again, it's no longer available because mystery kits are always limited editions. But just in case you have this in your stash, and it's something that you don't want spoiling for you, I would look away now because I'm going to put Floyd to the side and then I'm going to turn that over. Okay. Okay, final warning. I'm turning the canvas over. Here we go. So this is the kit that I spent most of May. I think it took me about 3 weeks working on, and I loved this kit. Again, I have a post review on my channel, so I will try and keep my discussion of the kit brief because that was fairly recent. But some of the important things I covered on that. It was the first mystery kit that I had done from Diamond Art Club, which had the newer style of mystery kit canvas. So if you don't know what I mean by that, when they started bringing out mystery kits, everything was black and white. So all of the symbols would be black on a white background. And then after a few months of that, they made some changes because, firstly, with that kind of way of doing it, you could often quite clearly work out what the image was. And secondly, a lot of people found it gave them eye strain. It was okay for me personally, but I did hear a lot of people saying it gave them headaches, you know, staring at all that black and white. So then they changed it, and obviously you can't see it because I've completed the canvas, but I will see if I still have a picture to pop up of what the background looks like. But basically it's multicolored, but you still follow the symbol. So I remember, for example, there was a capital L in this kit, and that L might appear on the canvas on a white background, a pink background, an orange background, a blue background, a grey background, and you put the symbol tells you what colour of drill to put down. So you have to kind of train your brain to ignore the colours so that you can just follow the symbol. And I was a bit daunted about that. It did put me off doing another mystery kit for a long time, because the first mystery kit I did was the Abstract by Briz Bazaar, and that one was black and white, and I found it quite straightforward. A friend encouraged me to give it a go. She said you'll get used to it really quickly, and I did give it a go, and she was right. So just in case anyone else is out there like me, sort of feeling a little intimidated by those, I actually got used to it really quickly. I don't know how much of that was the particular design of the kit and the balance of confetti and so on, but yeah, it literally just the first section or so, I found that I was just looking for the symbol, and actually I really enjoyed the slight find and seek element of it. It made for a bit of a new challenge, and that is enjoyable when you've been doing this hobby for a long time. Anyway, I absolutely adored this kit. Again, it was another one that I went through fairly quickly because I was just enjoying it and really keen to work on it. I love Katrina Cortez's work. I love the art style. I love how she often features animals with people quite often in them as well, which is a genre that I enjoy. The colour scheme is often very me because I love blues and purples. And this one I think is absolutely stunning. I knew what the design was before I worked on it, because I am one of those people that likes to find out what a mystery kit is before I actually work on it. But I was amazed by how it came together, because this is very much a kit where when you're working on it, you can't necessarily see the design very well. Sorry, I've got a cat hair. You can't see the design very well. Like this stag that you can see here, he is not clear in person. He really blends into the background, and you can just see a little bit of the face and the antlers. What you're seeing in the viewfinder, where he's similar colours to the background, but he stands out quite clearly, you don't see that in real life. You need to step back and see it. But that's okay, because that's what you're supposed to do with diamond paintings. You know, they're not really art that's supposed to be viewed up close. It was very glitzy. There's quite a lot of ABs, which you can probably see, like these bits in the painting that just seem to shine. It's because they're ABs, and also very clever charting, of course, to bring out that effect. And yeah, again, just absolutely loved it. Really highly recommend this kit if you have it sitting there waiting in your stash. Okay, so those are my two finishes, and now let me start to talk you through all of my whips. Right, so the first of my whips that I have to show you is this beautiful piece from Mooney Made. It is called Nightfall. It's by the artist Cat Fedora, and I've got slightly obsessed with Cat Fedora's work. A lot of it has been released by shops like Mooney Made and Jaded Gem Shop, so I have one from Jaded Gem Shop to try. Sorry. I just had to grab a canvas before it fell off the back of a chair. And I got this one, and I have actually recently bought a new one from Mooney Made as well, which I will be unboxing on the channel soon. So I adore this artwork. However, I started this in March, and I thought I'd get it done quite quickly. And I found that as much as I loved the artwork, the diamond painting itself wasn't grabbing me as much. I've done a little over half of it, so you can see there, that is what I have got left to do. And I was trying to figure out why I wasn't really drawn to working on it. And I think based on things that happened sort of later on, if you like, in the quarter, I've kind of just gone off round drills a little bit at the moment. I did find at the time, because these are the kind of round drills that have They're very, very shiny, but they have like a very flat, smooth surface. And for some reason, I always find those kind of bash into my metal places a bit more. And I find that my putty doesn't last as long with them because there's less to grip to. And just little irritations like that. They're not my favourite to work with, even though the shiny effect of them is lovely. And I don't know what it is. Actually, I do think I know what it is. I think that I get frustrated these days by how much slower I am with round drills. I saw this kit and I thought, oh, well, there's quite a lot of multi-placing in that. It won't take too long. And particularly in the top section that I still have to do, there is quite a bit. And I think the thing is, when I have a Diamond Art Club metal placer and I'm working on something that's got really good, snug, well-fitting squares like a Diamond Art Studio or a Diamond Art Club, I can place like 12, 13, 14 drills at a time. So any sections with blocking I whiz through quite quickly, and that's satisfying and it gets me through the kits. With rounds, I just cannot get the hang of multi-placing neatly with rounds. I try and I try different techniques. I try rolling them, I try stretching them. And honestly, I can't get beyond being comfortable with a 4 or 5 placer. And this is very much a me issue. I know lots of people single place very, very happily, and it's not a race and all of that stuff. I know that. I think for me, it's just the comparison, because I can get through squares that much quicker. It just makes rounds feel a little bit frustrating. So between that and the smooth top drills that I already explained I don't really love. Oops, I've got a blue smudge on me from making putty earlier. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just puts me off. Anyway, I've just seen as well that the cover has come away a little bit there. So I'll just fix that so that I don't come to this and find it's dried out. Okay. So I haven't actually touched that, as I say, since March. Another of my longer term whips that I have done some work on though is, if I can fit it through, outside the sweet shop. So I started this in January, but I knew, like, from the moment I started it, this wasn't going to be one that I would sit down and just work on the whole way through. Not sit down, like anyone's going to sit down and work on this in one go, you would die. But I knew that I was going to have breaks from this because it is such a high confetti piece. So if you're not familiar with it, this kit was brought out by Diamond Art Studio last year. It's by the artist Hel Corio, who's just a very talented artist. And it's been stupendously popular for them. And one of the things about this kit that makes it quite unique is it was the first of their max colour kits. So you'll see down here, it's got 197 colours. Kitting it up was a job. I will tell you that much. So it's got a lot of confetti, as you would expect. Some of it is not that bad in terms of confetti. Like, there are actually some bits here that are blocky and some smaller blocks up there. But then other bits like the actual sweet shop front, it's just, yeah, it's intense. You know, you're looking at a section and there's like 2 of this colour and then 1 of that colour, and then you're constantly finding that you've missed a colour and having to go back. So yeah, I have the goal of probably whenever I switch away from another painting, so either I've finished another painting or I've worked on it for a while and had a good long break and want to do something different, I do a row of this. I think I started on it in January, and then I did a row then and then put it away for quite a while. But actually since the start of April, I've done 2 more rows because my rows are quite small, because I'm keeping the section small because that makes this level of confetti more manageable for me. I couldn't do my usual size sections because I'd go a bit mad. So yeah, I've done 2 more rows and I think it's looking fabulous. I love this effect of the light shining on the rainy pavement. I think it's beautiful. And you can really see in the viewfinder as well that what's the word I'm looking for? I can see the details in the shop window in a way that's harder to see in person. So yeah, it's good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it because I'm being careful to do it in small bursts. Managing all the colours hasn't actually been as problematic as I worried it might be. I've got them organised in a container in a way that makes sense to my brain, which for me turned out to be going by groups of symbol type rather than rainbow colour order. And I find that the muscle memory you get, you know, when you work on a kit and you're reaching for colours from your pots and you start to remember where they are, so you just know where to reach for it. That's still there even with a kit this big, and it didn't take that long to arrive, so that is fine. I'm finding the drills are fitting really snugly, which is very important to me. I like drills that fit snugly and neatly and give you those satisfying clicks, but obviously without popping. None of it is popping. I haven't had too much in the way of trash drills. And yeah, it's a really high quality, enjoyable project so far. So for these next 3 months, in terms of goals, well, I would like to finish that Mooney made, and I would like to get probably at least to halfway, I would think would be a good goal to have. It's only 60 by 80 centimetres, so it's not like it's a huge kit, and I would like to get it done this year if I can. But yeah, that is whip number 2. Next up, I'll show you this little mini one. So this is the thing I was talking about with round drills. The one that I'm actually currently working on that I will show you in a minute because I still need to get it off my easel. I was really enjoying, and then one day I felt like maybe I just fancy a little bit of a break and working on something different for a bit. And I thought, I know, I'll get out a tiny little snack size project that I can whiz through quickly, just do in a few days and then get back to it. So I got out one of my mini kits that I got from, sorry, that cover keeps flopping down and then the light reflects on it, that I got from Amazon.com and had sent to me via Stackry, which is a parcel forwarding service, if you haven't heard me talk about that before. And I have a few kits from there. And I started working on it, and immediately I was like, no, this isn't it. And in the end, I spent one day on this kit. I got this whole row done because it was a weekend. And then I was like, no, I'm going back to home on a hill. So I don't know when I'll get around to the rest of this. Could be any time that I fancy just doing a bit more, I suppose. I mean, it's only really 2 and a tiny bit more rows to go of this height. So I got a third of the way through in a day, really. But yeah, I just thought I don't want to do any more, actually. I want to move on. So I did, because it's a hobby and it's supposed to be fun. So that brings me to my current whip. This is Home on a Hill. Now, I'm a bit reluctant to undo it because I've got to get it back on my easel afterwards. And to be honest, I'm so nearly done that I will have a post review of this up for you soon. So I'm actually going to leave it rolled up and save myself a job because it's enough hassle reattaching it to the easel. I'm lazy about these things. But it's quite an abstract-y picture, and it's got all these colours running through it. So kind of seeing a section of it, you get a really good idea of what's going on in it anyway. And it has been fun. Like I said, when I wanted that little break, even at the time, I was like, I don't really know why, because it's not that I'm not enjoying the kit. And after that one day off, I was like, oh yes, this is perfect. I'm back to this and I'm loving it. So I don't know what was going on in my brain that day. But yeah, it's a really enjoyable kit. I got this on Black Friday 2021, so it's one of my earlier purchases from Diamond Art Club. But I did actually destash it and then rebuy it at one point because I wanted to have a tighter grid. I did that a few times with kits that I really loved and really wanted to enjoy. So I wanted to make sure that I could do them in a way I would enjoy, because the phase of evolution of Diamond Art Club where they had a lot of newer drills coming in, but they hadn't yet tightened the grids, I didn't particularly enjoy the kits as much then, because I didn't like the gappiness. So I did that, and therefore the drills fit really snugly. Trash drills is pretty typical amount, so a fair amount because I'm fussy, but nothing terrible. Hopefully I will have enough to finish the kit. There's not any colours I'm particularly worried about. There are tons of ABs in this, so it's really quite sparkly. And yeah, the colours are just gorgeous, aren't they? Oh, it's fun. Like, I think I'm probably going to miss this one when it's done. I like to, with kits like this that have a lot of black outlining, I have a bit of a thing where I have to start every section by doing the black outlining. Then I do my ABs, because I find that ABs, I know a lot of people save them till last, and I used to, but what I find now that kits have got to be having such tight grids is that it makes it a lot more difficult. You know, everyone has issues, don't they, sometimes with placing ABs and things like wax and putty being pulled out of the pen. And my putty, which I obviously use my own brand putty, it does handle ABs pretty well, and it doesn't leave residue on them, and it, you know, it's part of how I wanted to develop it. But when you have to really push drills tight because they're the last drills in a certain in a space, you know what I mean, when they're crowded around them and you have to push them into a snug space, that can be challenging. So I tend to do ABs next, and then I just work through the colours how they stick out to me. So yeah, I enjoy kits like that where I have a little system going. Yeah, so I should get this one done. Well, this week has been manic so far. I've had so little time for diamond painting because my TikTok shop is going well, which is brilliant, but now I need to get up to the right sort of stock levels to be easily maintainable across both shops. So I've been just making putty every moment I can. Sorry, my phone keeps making beeping noises. It's a thing that I have to monitor, so I can't turn it off, but don't worry about it. What was I saying? Yeah, I've been really busy basically, so I don't know how long it will take me because there's not that much to do. Like, if I had a clear couple of days, say on the weekend, I could get it done, but I don't know. I'll see. I would like to get it done hopefully by the end of the weekend though, and we'll see how I manage with that. But yeah, that is the end of my quarterly review. Yeah, so 4 whips, which I haven't had as many as 4 whips for a long time. I used to have quite a few, and then I really preferred to keep it down to smaller numbers. But it's just the nature of what I'm working on at the moment, I suppose. Outside of the sweet shop, I knew was going to be an extra whip on the side a lot of the time because I knew I was going to do it in small bursts. The Mooney Made one, I would have thought I would have finished by now, and I just haven't fancied going back to it. And now I've added Huggable into that mix while I'm kind of off rounds. So yeah, they'll sit there a little while, but they'll get done. And yeah, I haven't actually decided what I will kit up next even. I think after this it will definitely be another row of Sweet Shop. Then I will see how I feel about doing the Mooney Made. And then I'll figure out what I want to actually kit up and work on next. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm sure you will know pretty much as soon as I do, because when I kit my next kit up, I will do a kitting up video. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed my fairly whistle-stop tour of these kits. I say that. It feels like I've been quicker than usual, but the way that I generally meander around and stray from the point, I'm probably going to find this video has been a long one like usual. But yeah, please consider dropping a like on the video if you have enjoyed it, and please consider subscribing if you have not already done so. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.